Hi friends, how are you? Dr. Terza here with Living Life on Purpose. I hope you've had a great week and a great summer so far. I've had a pretty eventful summer with traveling and being my kids' ride share up and down for the street for camp and all of that good stuff. And but this episode I wanted to focus on our beach vacation to Charleston, South Carolina. We normally every year choose or alternate. We alternate between Charleston and Hilton Head, South Carolina, and we've gone to a couple of the Outer Bank beaches here in North Carolina. It's about the same distance, but I wanted to talk to you about our experience with Charleston, South Carolina, and how we enjoyed it, and some of the things that we decided to do and some of the things we decided not to do. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. So Charleston has a lot to do if you are an adult, like a young adult or an older adult, or if you are if you're a family with smaller children. Our children are are 9 and 11, the youngest. And so what worked for us when we went to Charleston when they were younger, it was really, really nice. And we don't really think that it works out for right now. Sure, the kids enjoy the beach. We ended up going to the Isle of Palms beach, but there's also Folly Beach. But let's see, they also enjoyed the fountain and Rainbow Row. You'll see what I mean by Rainbow Row. It's houses that were built in the 1800s and that have now been painted in very beautiful, bright pastel colors. And it's such a great location destination for pictures. And you probably have seen it or are familiar with it. My kids thought it was cool. They weren't really excited about it, so they were ready to go. We did enjoy the food at the places that we went to. We chose to do a barbecue spot as our main meal. They also enjoyed ice cream in the dessert places that you'll see in the video. But one of the things that I would say is that Charleston is also great if you want to visit certain plantations. So Charleston has a lot of history. We've seen the Charleston City Market, which has a lot of the local artisans and their handmade, whether it be hats and baskets, and people are still weaving. All of that is fabulous. And so if you enjoy that, the Charleston City Market is fabulous. It's historic. Black person, as a Black African person, I didn't really want to take my children to do a plantation tour. We did when they were younger, when they were like, I think 2 and 4, when we didn't really have to explain that much to them. And even though it was a great experience, they did have really good educators and tour guides to have conversations. But because we had been to that particular plantation, we didn't want to go again, and also because of its history. So as Black people, we just didn't want to do another plantation experience. But I have gone to the Magnolia plantations with a friend. It's not exactly something that we want to do with our children at this point. We don't see the value of that. We can educate our children ourselves. And so maybe when they're older, we can have those conversations and maybe go for a visit. Some people choose to do that. We decided not to do that. We just decided that we would educate the kids ourselves on that, because we didn't know what was going to be said during those tours. And as an educator, I don't want to have to step aside and having to tell my children some other parts of what was not being shared during the tour. Downtown Charleston is really, really beautiful. It's historic. You've got the cobblestones and cute little shops and restaurants with great food. But again, if you're a family with children that are a little bit older, that might be boring to you and them. But maybe not to you, because for example, like I said, I really enjoyed Rainbow Row. It's one of my favorite places to visit as a photography aficionado. But the kids weren't really that impressed. Also, I saw a lot of folks walking around. I saw at least 5 parties of women and groups of women who were there to celebrate someone getting married. So there were some bachelorette parties going on, some weekends, and so they were clearly identified because they had their sashes and the bride to be had the crowns, and so it seems to be a really great destination for that. My children also pointed out that Charleston needs to be more diverse. So my 11-year-old pointed out, well, I think Charleston needs to be more diverse, because in most situations, I would say, we were one of like 2 or 3 black or brown people in the spaces that we were in, whether it be at restaurants or walking around or at the dessert spaces. We happened to be at times we were the only people of color, black people in the location. So not that we feel any kind of way or that our children felt uncomfortable, but we have those honest conversations with them, and so they are observant, they pay attention, they are confident black children, but they also realize that Charleston is not as diverse. Downtown Charleston, at least, is not as diverse as it needs to be. The interesting thing is that Charleston, South Carolina, that particular region, has a very rich black history. And it was interesting that in the tourist locations, you don't really get that sense unless you drive, unless you're curious and you want to drive to other particular areas. You're not going to see a lot of black people. You're not going to see a lot of brown people. So it's really, really interesting with such a rich history that is some linked to slavery and a lot not linked to slavery. There is a museum of African American history, or African diaspora museum, that is coming to Charleston. I thought that I was going to be ready, but it wasn't ready. It is supposed to be opening in the beginning of next year of 23, so I'm excited for that. So that maybe when we do decide to go back to Charleston, it will be there and the children will be older and can get something out of coming to Charleston and being able to relate and see themselves in the places that we visit, and also the history of Black Americans in the city of Charleston and the wider South. I would say that all in all, we really enjoyed our Charleston experience. My videos are not about just painting this rosy, amazing picture, and Charleston is a lovely place. My videos are also about creating awareness and offering some critique, especially from the point of view of where I am as a black woman. So I would say that Charleston is a lovely, lovely place. However, as a mom of 2 children who are 9 and 11, one who's behind me putting up peace signs right now in case you see them, and who are also black children, it's not necessarily the best place to vacation unless you are staying at a resort, if there's a resort to stay at and are in a particular social class bracket. We did have a good time. The kids really enjoyed their time in the hotel pool, just jumping, splashing, and doing all that good stuff. I also had a great time playing with them in the pool and just cooling out. It was really hot, and of course I had a great time visiting Rainbow Row, as I said, is one of my absolute favorite places to go. So Charleston has, it's really, really great points. It has great food. Of course, it's near the ocean. However, if you're looking for something more to do in terms of entertainment for children of an older age, there are limitations. It is sad.
I mean, that's so much like weed. That's what we got.
I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to like it, subscribe to my channel, share the video with friends or anyone who might be looking at a vacation to Charleston and might want to consider a few things. Yeah, don't forget to do all that, and I will see you next time. And my son, who's in the back, is telling me don't forget to tell people to comment. So people, don't only like and share and subscribe, but also leave your comments down below. Don't forget to do that, okay? What?
And tell us if you would want to go to Charleston.
Oh yeah, and let us know if you want to go to Charleston based on what you see, what we've posted. Let us know if you'll want to go. All right. Thank you for watching.